Good morning, everyone. This is Meg's Little House in the Country. Thank you for clicking on my video today. If you like my videos and like what you see, hope you consider subscribing. It's free. Well, it doesn't cost you a thing. But today, it's Saturday. I'm gonna be getting out and doing a little more yard work. One of the big things I'm going to be doing is getting some of those ripe pumpkins out of my garden today. I have to get that done. The voles have been very bad this year, and I'm really hoping that I am in time to save most of my pumpkins so that my grandchildren will have pumpkins to carve next month for Halloween. So anyways, everything's nice out here. It's very pretty. I watered last night, so it's all still a little bit wet. And, well, the birds, it's just a nice day. It's very lovely. It's not going to be too hot today. It's going to be one of those really nice fall days. But anyways, let's get to it, and I'll show you what we're going to be doing today. All right. Like I was saying, it's just really lovely out. I've already snipped a bit more off of these, and I do have to get these tomatoes potted up. They're not going to survive the winter outside, so they are going to get potted up. And as you can see, the voles they've done a number. I had some new young stalks coming up here in my rhubarb, and the voles have literally just chewed the stalks up and left the leaves. So that's about 4 young stalks. I hope my rhubarb will come back next spring. Really am praying. Going to be getting the horseradish here. Let's go. Yeah. The horseradish is going to be getting out of its pot and put into the ground today. The dirt and everything is going to go in to fill up this depression in the ground that was left from the backhoe last year when it put in the septic system. And as you see, the voles have been hard at work under my pot too, so probably digging up the big hole here in the ground will hopefully help them to move on somewhere else. Yeah, I've got to do something. This stone here keeps getting displaced, because even though I got a rock and some cement under it to prop it up, I really need to get the ground up to level on that spot. But the pumpkins, that is going to be the big job. As you can see, the vines are starting to die back, and a lot of the pumpkins, we can see a lot of the pumpkins. That one got popped off of its stem because it just got too big and too heavy and it fell. And yeah, the rodents can have that one. But a lot of these others, they're big, they're beautiful, and I really don't want to see them getting destroyed. So we got a lot of them in here. That's going to be fun seeing how many we got. But they're going to get taken out today. Oh, good grief. I got a volunteer tomato in here. How did that happen? When did that happen? And it's starting to bloom. We're supposed to be getting hard freeze in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, middle of October. They're predicting temperatures getting down in the 20s, which means hard freeze. So all these are going to be getting out. Some of these are pretty darn good sized. Oh man, I don't think you really understand how big these are. They're huge. Let's shrink down. That's a Big Max, but it's yeah, look at that. This one, I'm betting 25, 30 pounds. I've got some good sized pumpkins in here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Besides the usual mowing, I've already cleaned up some pocket gopher dirt piles and water my baby fruit trees. I'm hoping maybe in the next week or two I can find somebody to help me get them in the ground. I kind of think I know where I want to put them. I've got a spot up here in my yard. This little lawn area, and I've thought about putting a small orchard up there here in the front yard for some time. So, but yeah, I'm thinking of bringing them up here into this little section here. I've got, it's kind of just bordered. I've got the Nanking cherry there. I've got the Western sand cherry here. And then I've got this, my old flower beds. But it's just a nice little area, and I think I can turn this into a small orchard. It's got just enough ground for the little fruit trees. And since they're semi-dwarf and I keep them pruned down to dwarf proportions, I think they'll look good out here. So this is where I want to put the fruit trees. And look at my Western sand cherry. It is really getting its fall coloring here. It's just gets these really, really brilliant red leaves every fall. The Nanking cherry is already starting to put on its autumn gold. And it's turning. A week or so ago, the whole bush was dark red, and now it's just like all of a sudden it's turning colors. And it will get a brilliant yellow gold, hopefully before the hard freeze comes. And it will just go from dark green to brilliant yellow. It's really interesting. In the spring it's snow white with blossoms, and then it gets dark green, and then in the fall, if the temperatures are right, it turns gold. Harvest season. Harvesting right now is, potatoes should be just about all in. So they're probably working on the sugar beets. That tree will also turn gold unless it freezes. We get a hard freeze and it will just kill off all the leaves. And they'll die and drop down, and I won't get my golden tree. But it will turn gold if the temperatures don't cool down too fast. It's not very frost tolerant. My serviceberry is also turning gold. And I got a little serviceberry bush that keeps growing up in this rose bed. One of these days I've really got to take care of these roses. They've kind of gone wild. But it's also turning gold. So fall is here. Winter will be coming soon, and I still got stuff that needs to go on the ground. There goes another truck, heading back to the fields. Sugar Beet Depot is in Rockford, so that's where they go. I've got to get this little tree planted, the rosebush planted, the forsythia planted, and this fir planted. I'm almost pretty sure I know where I'm going to plant all of them. But it just, yeah. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. Seems like I got too much to do and too little time. So, I'll get busy and we'll come back later and I'll show you what I managed to get accomplished today. Well, I got the horseradish. It's all wet and muddy here. I got the horseradish out of its pot, and it is now in the ground. I'm gonna pick up a couple more trim bricks like that at my mom's house. She does have few extras. And I've dumped all the dirt and sod here in this depression in the hole. Hopefully it will bring it up to the level of the bricks, and next year when all the grass starts growing back and up and through all this, the lawn will be a little more level. I still got to fill in this area. This area here is just a really low spot, so I need to fill it in. But I think my horseradish will be much happier, especially come next spring, with room to spread its roots. It has good soil now. So it'll do much better here than it did living on the edge of my driveway. Okay, and right now I'm going to be running into town to run some errands, and then I've already got my cart out here so I can start picking pumpkins and getting them out of the pumpkin patch. At least the nice big ones. Got my yard cart set up. So we'll get going on that this afternoon. I need to grab my mug. I almost left my mug. Got to keep myself hydrated. And here we go. And I am ready to go. Talk to y'all later. Well, okay folks, I am going to attempt to get a few of the pumpkins out of the ground. I'm trying to get my camera where I want it, but we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I'm trying to get this thing set up. My tripod's not setting up the way I want, but we'll see. All right. Hopefully you can see some. Yeah. Let's see if I can get that. All right. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this one has a lot of mud on it and a few slugs. Pop those slugs off. Oh, there we go. Let's see. How am I going to get this one off? I think that was the connecting vine. Let's see what happens. Whoa. Okay. One of these days I'm going to figure out a way to deslug my garden. There we go. Okay. Oops. Oh boy. I think I need to move you guys just a little better so you have a little more view. Okay, we'll see how that works. time. All right. Ooh. Alright guys, gonna let you look at this for a quick second, and then we'll put the phone where it can, but see, that's my yard cart, and it only has 4 pumpkins in it. These things are big, and they're heavy. So, gonna set you guys up here. Let's have a good view, and we'll see how fast I can harvest pumpkins. Oh boy. Okay, well, I had my mom and my brother Matt. They came and helped me. We got the pumpkins out of the garden, the ones that are good, that is. So we got quite a few pumpkins here. Not as many white ones, and they didn't get as big as I'd hoped. But, well, that's the way it goes. We did lose a half a dozen or so to rodents and slugs. They kind of destroyed a whole bunch. I keep looking at them and I'm going, oops. Like, this one looks really great until you notice that it's soft, and look at that. It's just all chewed up. That one's too immature to pick. It probably isn't going to make it, because in 3 weeks we're going to get a cold snap down in the 20s. That one was destroyed. These ones totally gutted. That one is a big rotting mess. This one, yep, there we go. Seeds all over the place. Same with this one. And this one's well on its way to, it's just so soft and mushy. Look at that mush. So, yep. The only ones left in here are the ones that I've gotten. This one's already rotting too, so can't pick it. And I think that is all of the good pumpkins. I don't see any hiding in the weeds, and yes, that has happened. I actually lost a really nice one last year to a hard freeze because it was hiding in the weeds and I didn't even notice it was there. That one's too immature to pick, and it probably won't be mature enough before we get a hard freeze, but I will check back to see if it is ready to pick. I might pick it anyways just before we freeze, but this is another one lost to rot. And so that's pretty much our pumpkin harvest this year. It only occurred to me after I was finished getting all of them on the table that I really should have gone live and live stream the whole pumpkin harvest. I'll have to do that next year. Remember to just go live and do a live stream of the whole pumpkin harvest. But anyways, that's our pumpkin harvest for this year. And yes, my mom is helping me harvest raspberries. So I will talk to everybody later, and we'll come back and we'll catch a sunset. But I think that's a pretty good haul right there. Well, everyone, it's been a fun day. I promised a sunset, and here's the sunset. Standing here in front of my raised beds, watching the sun go down. I hope I got my lens clean enough. Oops. Yeah, we had, it was quite a day. I did go live after I harvested the pumpkins, but next year I promise I'm going to go live before, and I'll just set up a live cam and you guys can just watch me harvest pumpkins next year. So we'll try this again next year and do a better job at it. In the meantime, I'll let y'all enjoy a beautiful sunset with me. Sun's going down. It's a little after 7 p.m. Sun's usually now completely down by 7:14. It was a beautiful day today. Beautiful fall day. So, guess I'll catch y'all on the next video.